In this problem, we're looking at the value of a home in Chandler from 2000 until 2007. And here's the value in thousands of dollars. And in part A, we want to determine the average rate of change from 2000 to 2004. So we're focusing on these 2 years here. Well, without setting up anything too fancy, we can say that from 2000 to 2004, because the value is the output, since value is a function of time, the price value has overall, ignoring everything in between, got up by 40, and this is in $1,000, and so it's a positive number since it's gone up, and we've increased by 4 years, so that means we get 40 divided by 4 is $10,000 per year on average. That's an average value. In part B, describe what the average rate of change in part A represents in this situation. So we can say on average, the home has increased by 10,000 per year, and we have to say between what 2 years, because it wasn't between 2000 and 2007 or between 2000 and now. It's been between 2000 and 2004. So in part C, we want to find the average rate of change from 2004 to 2005. So that's these 2 years. Well, if you notice, between here and here, there's been a drop of 6. Now, if you don't see that right away, you can do 234 minus 240, or really you could do 240 minus 234. It doesn't matter. You'll still get a 6, but it's a drop of 6. And again, that's $1,000. And that's already per 1 year. So in this case, our interpretation is exactly the same, except that between 04 and 05, we don't even really have to say on average, because that's exactly how much it did drop in 1 year by this amount. In part D, determine the average rate of change in value across the entire 7-year period. So now we're looking from here to here. Well, overall, we see that there's been a net increase. It's gone from 200 to 265, so that means it's gone up by $65,000 over the course of, now this is 7 years. This is from 2000 to 2007, which if we plug that into our calculator, we would get 65 divided by 7 is about 9.3, so we'll say squiggly, 9.3 thousand dollars per year. That's an average between 2000 and 2007. Between what 2 years did the home's value increase the most? So we're kind of looking at these. We see it went up by 15, went up by 5, went up by 4, but then it actually went up by 16. Oh, but over here it dropped, but then it went from 234 to 270, which is an increase of, this is an increase of $36,000 between 2005 and 2006. Now, what we mean by over what years, we're looking out from 1 year to the next year. Where was the biggest increase? And that was from 05 to 06, an increase of $36,000. In part F, what does it mean to have a negative average rate of change when dealing with home values across various years? Well, if you drop by something $1,000, it's supposed to be a question mark, per certain number of years, that means it's going down in value. Hypothetically, what would it mean if the average rate of change were 0 for the above scenario? Well, that would be $0,000 per year, which means that there is no change in the home value. And finally, well, I'll forego this here, but plot the above scenario as a scatter plot using pairs of the form T f of t. So in other words, plot time and then plot the actual value of the home. And this is something that you can take a look at for a graph in the answer manual.